from places to places. So a vaccine drive, which is ongoing, is proving to be very effective and a preventive measure against this ongoing corona pandemic. And if you ask me, then one of my professors said that his doctor even like said ki because of the vaccine you are now safe from from dying from corona. So that is how life saving was the vaccine drive. So that's what it is.
Thank you, Anupriya. That was nice. Okay, Devesh, you can go next.
Good evening, ma'am. So, it all started when first case of corona came in Kerala on 30th January 2020. A 20-year-old female was returning from Wuhan and she was tested positive for corona. From since then, there are numerous cases, and a lot of cases have to proven to be guilty. Many steps are taken to eradicate corona, such as lockdown, and many medicines are provided. And vaccination is one such measure to eliminate corona. But the vaccine, there was no proper execution, according to me, of vaccination drive. There was no proper planning, because what the government did was firstly they provided e-certificates. Everybody is not so technologically literate, so they are not able to access e-certificates that is provided by the government, and due to which they are not able to get the second doses respectively. Then what happened was the government, what government did was they gave the jurisdiction to buy the vaccines to the states. This health is a concern of state list, but the national government should have provided the vaccines by buying it from various countries. But what they did was they pondered this to the states, which led to different, as said by our CM Arvind Kejriwal, that this would lead to increase the price of the vaccine. This was lead and increase the so the vaccine which this country could get in much rate, we will have to pay more for that. Then what happened was government allowed the private hospitals to choose the rate of the vaccine on their own. So what they did was they choose different rates, which was not feasible. Instead, the government should have, what should government has done, that they should have provided a proper rate or a fixed rate on which the private hospitals should have sold the vaccines. So due to which there would be a more uniform process. So according to me, the vaccination, and what happened was India is a large population, so it is very difficult without a proper plan to execute the vaccination process. So we need a more proper process so that everybody gets vaccinated and we are prevented from the third wave that is yet about to come in November. So according to me, government should have been proper planned and vaccination process should have been more firm.
Thank you, Devesh. Who's next? Anybody who wants to speak next?
Everyone.
Hi, Srishti.
So I'm Srishti. I'm basically from Saharanpur, Uttar Pradesh. So here we gather to discuss like whether the vaccination is a failure or not. So India rolls out the world's largest COVID-19 vaccination drive. It was decided in 16 January 2021. Like India rolled out the world's largest vaccination drive on January 16 to vaccinate around 300 million priority groups against the coronavirus disease. So COVID-19 vaccine will be administered at 3,006 sites in all its states and union territories. Among the first to be vaccinated are 10 million health workers who are at high risk of exposure to the COVID-19. Over the 6 months, the vaccination drive will cover 300 million priority groups who are at higher risk of getting infected. These include 10 million health workers, 20 million frontline workers, and around 270 million persons above age who are above 50 years of their age. COVID-19 vaccination save lives, stable systems, and economic recovery. But COVID appropriate social behaviors and core public health measures like detect, test, trace, isolate, and treat will have to continue till vaccines are freely available and the pandemic is over. 2 vaccines received approval for emergency use in India at the outset of the program. One is Covishield, which is a brand of the Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine manufactured by the Serum Institute of India, and the other one was Covaxin, which was developed by Bharat Biotech. In April 2021, the Indian government approved the Russian vaccine Sputnik V, which is distributed locally by Dr. Reddy's Laboratories as a third vaccine, which began use in May 2021. In September 2020, India's Science Minister Harsh Vardhan stated that the country plans to approve and begin distribution of a vaccine by the first quarter of the 2021. The first recipients were to be 30 million health workers directly dealing with the COVID patients. So vaccination, they are giving everybody to fight. Vaccination is compulsory to fight against coronavirus, but in the second outbreak of this coronavirus, situations were being very critical and everything was running out of the government was also not even ready. They were running out of the oxygen plants. There was no beds in the hospital. Oxygen supply was not there. People were dying. So now the government should get plans to get ready for third wave, as they are just assuming the third wave will come in November of this year.
Thank you, Srishti. Ruhani, you can start now. Allot the sides to them.
Yes, I'll be allotting sides to all of you now. So, firstly, I'll be allotting sides to the interns who will be speaking for the topic, and then I'll be allotting sides to the interns who will be speaking against the topic. So, Abhijit, Abhinav. Abhijit will be speaking for the topic. Abhinav will be speaking against the topic. Then Anupriya will be speaking for the topic. Anurag will be speaking for the topic. Divya will be speaking against the topic. Devesh will be speaking for the topic. Isha will be speaking against the topic. Kushal will be speaking against the topic. Parth will be speaking for the topic. Saina will be speaking against the topic. Saksham and Shreya will be speaking for the topic. Shrishti and Vaishnavi will be speaking against the topic. Are your sides clear?
Sorry, what's mine? Kushal.
Kushal, you will be speaking against the topic.
Okay.
Is there any confusion to anybody before we start? So we'll start with for the topic, and then one person will be speaking against the topic, and then for the topic, and then against the topic. Will be proceeding in that way. So whoever wants to start with for the topic, you are welcome to start. Yes, Anupriya, you can start.
Okay, so I'll be speaking for the topic. So here I begin. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So vaccination drive or failure. I am strictly I'm strictly favoring the topic because it was a failure actually. I will be listing two parameters in general. One is the lack of technical know-how, and second one is lack of coordination between the center and the state. And the third topic which I like to add on is that the lack of technical know-how. Firstly, the lack of third topic will be lack of management of the doses. I would like to correct myself. Okay, I will be explaining my first parameter. It was that many people were not aware, there were not proper tutorials, and there were not proper explanation as to how to proceed with the CoWIN platform. Coming to my personal experiences, many of the people asked me and my family members to how to register myself for the vaccination drive. Okay, this was possible because there were people around who were aware as to how the platform work. But what will happen in places which are quite far off, like places in the northeast, places in the Himalayas, places which are there in the Thar desert? People there are not well aware technically, and are not much aware as to how much, and in these places the news reach quite late, and they were not aware as to how to manage this Cloven platform. And also there is lack of internet connectivity. This internet connectivity thing hinders many people, and also not allows many to utilize the facilities provided by the government, even though they were free and even though they were available to all. But it was very unfortunate because of this technical divide which is created in this pandemic. Many of them are not able to utilize the facilities, even it is free and accessible by the government. Thirdly, I to say lack of coordination between center and the state. The lack of coordination between center and the state led to many wastage of doses of vaccine. There are doses for the people, but the doses are not given to them because they are very much confused. This is scheme of this is a scheme of this. There is a constant state of confusion as to how it will be administered, how what files will be there. Like the state of a country is like right now in the pandemic has been slowed. Firstly, like all the processing and all the thing have very much slowed down. And secondly, because of this slowing down of process, people are now confused as to what way to go and what way not to go. So this state of confusion and slowlessness has made many people to lose the opportunity to get vaccinated. Third, I would like to say that there is no proper administration of doses. Like in the example which I gave the example of Lucknow, which is the capital city of Uttar Pradesh. But what is happening in the villages? What is happening in remote areas? There, the nurses and the medical staff itself are afraid of getting vaccinated, that they are not able to properly administer drugs to the people. The recent case has happened in a village in the place Darbhanga in Bihar, that the nurses are mixing the vaccines of Covaxin and Covishield and then vaccinating people. Village people are quite gullible. They are not understand. They're not able to understand as to what kind of drug they are administrating, and they just trust the words of the doctors blindly. But during such, the nurses are not very much trained. There are instances where the injection has been triggered so hard that blood came oozing out, and then they are again vaccinating the patient, saying that it will not work because, or as the blood has come out. So such instances of lack of technical know-how, medical negligence, etc., has made this vaccination drive very much unsuccessful and questionable. So I rest my case proud to pose.
Thanks, Anupriya. Anybody from opposition would like to counter Anupriya or state their own points? Or if anybody wants to add on to Anupriya's point, you may continue.
Can I add on to Anupriya?
Yes, you can add on.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Okay. So I strongly believe that the vaccination drive is indeed a failure. So let me first examine what Mr. Narendra Modi said. He said that we are launching the world's biggest vaccination drive and it shows the world our capability. He also said that India is well prepared to vaccinate its population with the help of an app. So that will enable the government to track drive. So let me now examine how the vaccination drive has taken place in our country. So adding on to what Anupriya said, India decided to use the election machinery to deliver as well as track the doses of the vaccines in the remote places. Using digital platforms and apps in countries like India, where 35% of the people living in rural areas do not have internet access, they do not even know how to use the apps. So it was a bad idea to use digital platforms. Not every Indian owns a smartphone or knows to operate an app. So that was a major loophole in the vaccination drive. Vaccine hesitancy is another concern. So there was hurried approval of the Covaxin. So that was undermining the confidence of people. People believed that after being administered with the COVID vaccine, there could be adverse side effects. So as a result, people hesitated. They were hesitant to take vaccines. And the government did not take sufficient measures to make sure or to communicate to the people regarding the vaccination program, the side effects of vaccines. Moreover, they were monitoring programs to make sure that there weren't sufficient side effects, but this was weak according to certain researchers. Two scientists in a study said that vaccination planning was inadequate in our country. Moreover, there was increase in the number of cases and deaths, and the government wasn't doing anything. Insignificant production of vaccines and shortfall of vaccines. Let me give my own example. 2 weeks back, I tested positive for COVID. I registered myself and I realized that in the age group of 18 to 44, there weren't any vaccines available in my area. So if I would have taken the vaccine earlier, maybe I wouldn't have faced the severity. But it was quite severe, but I've recovered now. So many people were not able to get vaccinated because of the shortfall of the vaccines. Moreover, the differential pricing, the cost of vaccines acted as a barrier for the people to take vaccines. So initially, the national government made sure that the vaccines will be freely available to the citizens. But later on, I realized several people paid money and administered vaccines in the private hospitals. Now, there's the problem of vaccine coverage is another problem, wherein the government should have ensured that there is wide access and coverage when it comes to the vaccination drive. Relying on digital technologies to receive vaccination, as I said, is a very bad idea. There should have been more funding to the vaccination. Central government should have given more funds into vaccination planning, more manufacture. There should have been incentives to the manufacturers to increase the supply of vaccines, which the government did not. So the last issue was with regard to the new vaccination policy, which will come into force from 21st of June. So that is creating a lot of confusion and chaos. There's a lot of controversy within the policy itself, wherein the government says that it is available freely to the citizens, and 75% of the vaccines are going to be procured by the central government, but 25% are going to be procured by the private hospitals. Look at the irony. So overall, I feel the vaccination drive was indeed a failure, and the government should make sure to take adequate steps that this drive is going to be successful. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Shreya. Anybody would like to counter Shreya or Anupriya?
Can I add points?
Okay, so I would just like to counter what my friend said. So I believe that the government should have taken adequate steps to provide incentives to the manufacturers. That's what I meant when I said there should have been more funding. Incentivizing is very important. We realize that there's a lot of shortfalls in the vaccines, and the government did not take any steps. And because of that, so many people had tested positive. So the government should have realized there should have been proper prioritization when it comes to funds, and it should have provided that incentive to the manufacturers so that there wouldn't be shortfall of vaccines in the long run.
I just want to ask a question. Both the speakers who are speaking for the motion, can I ask it? Am I audible, ma'am?
Yes, you can continue.
Okay, thank you so much. to especially to Shreya, like she was mentioning each and every time that there is the online registration, and people in rural areas can't get that benefit just because they don't have internet connection, they don't have phones for that. So I don't think so that you must be aware. I think that there is also an option for an offline registration. Offline registration, people can walk into there, they can take their Aadhaar card, they can register themselves. It's an easy process. And this time I myself, what I have also gone to a government hospital. Although I registered from, there was nothing like, and I don't see any problem there. You mentioned that nurses are mixing, I don't remember who mentioned, nurses are mixing Covishield and Covaxin, and then they are just putting it into the body. So basically I the basically I want to say that the people who are not able to online registration, who are not able to do the online registration, they have also been given an option of offline registration. So that's not a big issue. They have completely, it's their own choice.
Can I add on a point to Abhinav? Am I audible?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
sure,
you
you can
can.
proceed.
Okay, I'm raising a question towards Anupriya, that she had mentioned that this is not a practical way that to be followed for the registration. That is, online registration is not like Abhinav said. Online registration is not applicable to the people in rural areas. So we know that Cowin portal and Arogya Setu are both both portals and are very reliable and very accurate in its working. And I have to raise a question that what is the parallel way that you are putting forward for the registration other than being online registration? To Anupriya, my question is to Anupriya. Thank you.
Okay, so the hospital administration should be the hospital administration should maintain the check and balances as to what is going on, because Cowin portal tend to crash and tend to be not reliable. For example, a person who will turn 45 in the month of June 17 is not able to register in the age gap of 18 to 44. This happened the same with my mother. Initially, she was in the age gap of 18 to 44. She got the first dose, but for the second dose, she was not able to register herself in that 18 to 44 age bracket, and her dose was delayed n number of times. And in the and her schedule is now, and her vaccination schedule is now saying that she will get vaccinated in the month of July or August, and this is very much vague. And as to how much you can delay the age, she's not even 45 right now, but according to the portal it is mentioning that she is 45. So there is some kind of error which is there in the Cowin portal, and I could easily estimate that if this is happening to one person, this can happen to anyone in the country. What you have said is also correct, that we have to look at the larger picture. What I am addressing on is the accountability and the answerability, that every portal should be answerable and should be accountable as to what it is doing. If you are having any query, if you are emailing, if you are contacting them through WhatsApp or through any other way, then it must respond immediately and not wait through weeks or even months. So I'm questioning on accountability and answerability.
Okay, anybody would like to add on to the points of Anupriya or counter any of the points? You may speak. Yes, Ish.
I would like to speak for the topic. What happened was I was recently going through the news, and I found out that there were water shots given to people in the name of vaccine, and a person named King Mao was arrested who made 3 million by providing water shots as vaccines. And what I also found out was a lot of vaccines were being stolen, and due to which there was black marketing of vaccines, and this led to fake vaccination of many people, because what the government did was they made it the vaccine slot made it for 45 and above, which was a good step, I would like to say, because they are the people who are more prone to these disease. But but due to storing vaccines, there was this led to black marketing, and people below 49 45 who wanted to get vaccinated went through that pathway, and in turn that led to getting them water shots or fake vaccination. And secondly, I would like to say that what happened was basically there were no proper information, and people were in a lot of fake informations. The government did not properly tell that what are the after effects of vaccines. What should be done if the fever is not gone in 3 to 4 days? What should be, is vaccine properly safe or not? They have not given us proper measures. So the people who are not in properly in having proper information are unable to access this, and they prevent from getting vaccinated, because what fake news says is that he had got 2 shots of vaccine, he died, so there is no use of getting vaccinated. So in turn government should have given information about the vaccines properly, that we should not basically observe the shorter scale, like that 1 2 people died after getting vaccinated. This is on the body of every person, that whether vaccine affects him or not. So these are the steps that government should have also done to make this a success.
Ma'am, can I just counter it?
Yes, you may continue.
So basically, I want to counter Devesh for this. If he's saying that the government is not telling the public properly, so I'm completely unsatisfied with this statement. For example, our caller tune is about the vaccination. Every street has a speaker of that about the vaccination. It's just the opposition propaganda, who is just the rumors. Government is every day. One of the ministers are just coming on the TV, and the government is saying that please have vaccine to yourself. I don't think so. There can be a better way to raise this thing in public. Government is doing completely 100% thing to aware the public about this. And secondly, I just the Anupriya's point, if he's telling a personal thing that my mother is not, with all due respect, I'll say this, with all due respect, that my mother is not able to get vaccinated because of this. So for that counter, I have 6-member family, including me. I'm completely vaccinated with the second dose also. That only depends to individual. We can't have a whole system for that. It is a complete dependent on individual to individual. I just like to say that. Thank you.
Add on a point to Abhinav, that is relating to the government's propositions that they are putting forward for the spread of this information. So we have to consider the political and demographic situations of this country too. This is a country with 137 crore population. So we need to consider that how much we can, like as a center, as a state machinery, there is limitations that we have to consider too in this case.
Exactly. I want to just something add on to Shaina's point. It's just that our thinking is to compare with different nations, but we don't look the difference in the population. If we are considering Switzerland has recently announced that they are not able to. I mean, they can now unwear the mask. But and people are very influenced that look at Switzerland, it is so good. They're vaccinated. They're completely corona free. But just look at the difference of the population, the strength of the people. It's being any type of this much population, any sort of government will face difficulty. It's just that point. Before comparing, we have to look the major point, which is the population.
Can I speak a thought?
Am I audible?
Yes, Parth. Yes, you are audible.
Thank you very much. So I have to speak for the four of the motions. So first of all, population is not an issue. When you are government for whole the population, not for some. So I'll start from the scratch. Well, it was initially the frontline workers got vaccinated, and when it comes to people getting vaccinated, the older age group, that is above 45, they came voluntarily. Well, people will not come in numbers as the government has not gained the trust of the people at that time. It was only after the second wave, then the people saw the dance of destruction, then people came in a rush that I will get vaccinated first. And in the meantime, when the government was not getting proper response from the people, it exported vaccines to the nation. Well, the focus would have been that charity begins at home, and the vaccination drive should have been continued to the own people of the country. The second thing came, which was a differentiation in the sponsoring by the center. The center sponsored the vaccination for the age group of 18 to 45 only. This made a problem for the states because they had to acquire vaccines at a larger rate that was more than what center was doing, and also the population of 18 to 45 is much larger compared to 45 plus. Thus, the state had to make more expenditure in it. This has been one of the reasons why the states have failed in vaccinating more number of people in this particular age group. Also, what also has to be added is the situation here is, well, you have to register. It is being compared with a game of fastest fingers first, where you don't even know when the game is going to start. They don't even intimate you. Also, we can never forget the misadministration at the vaccination centers. As I said, that people now are in a rush that they should not get left vaccinated. There are social distancing norms and it's not being followed outside the hospital. So inside hospital, they do follow it. But when you're standing outside the hospital waiting for the queue to enter, corona can spread anywhere. It won't wait if you're inside the hospital or outside the hospital. And also, one of the other things is that there is a lag. The second dose has to be given within a time frame, but due to unavailability, the administration of second dose is getting delayed day by day. So for that, the government first initially, when the gap was 1 month for Covaxin, for Covishield, then they make it to 2 months, and now it has been made 4 months. With Covaxin, they can't do so. And in that case, the difference is the time is lagging. That's when a recent judgment by the Delhi High Court, it was constrained. It stopped the dose 1 administration and said administer dose 2 first. Because if dose 2 won't be given, even the earlier dose 1 will get wasted. And the Delhi government was very angry. The Delhi High Court was very angry at the government. These all are failures which cannot be ignored. That's all I had to add.
Anybody would like to add on to Parth's point or counter his points? Many people are not speaking here. You have to speak either in against the topic or for the topic.
Hello, I'm audible.
Yes, you are audible.
As the government aims to vaccinate 70% of the population by the August 2021, but till now only 3% of population is vaccinated, and around 89 million of people lives in rural areas in India, and around less than 10% population of rural areas vaccinated till now. But this is a very big failure of the vaccination drive. And second most, the slot booking timing. So many people don't know when the slot is opening. I've been sharing my personal experience. I will wake up at 2 a.m. to book my slot, but when I open the slot booking sites, is around 2 minutes to all the slots of the government hospital, private hospital are full. So this is a very biggest failure to book the slot. And one more thing, the vaccine of America, Moderna and Pfizer are given approval by VK Paul of Niti Aayog. which the vaccination model is completely I can completely secure, because the trial of those vaccine are not completely complete in India. And let me wait a minute. And the Bharat Biotech makes 12 million doses of Covaxin per month, and government claims that Bharat Biotech makes 26 million doses per month. And according to the Hindu editorials, Bharat Biotech makes 12 million doses of Covaxin per month. This is also the biggest failure, because the shortage of supply vaccination is the biggest failure. And that's all.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
Yes, I'll be speaking against the topic. So, India was thoroughly conservative in allowing new vaccines to be introduced in the country. Given the numbers in hand, it was crystal clear right from January 21 that India would either need to import vaccines from abroad or allow domestic use of foreign vaccines produced in India. But India was refusing approval for any vaccine other than Covishield or Covaxin till April 2021. For example, Sputnik V and Pfizer should have been granted emergency approval in India long ago, but and also like in February 2021, India refused approval for Sputnik V, and similarly for Pfizer also was forced to withdraw its application for emergency approval because the government insisted that a local bridging study was necessary on that vaccine.
Anybody would like to counter Shrishti's point or would add on to Shrishti's point?
Hello, everyone. Yeah, I would like to add on Srishti's against. So there is no way to tell if the vaccine has longer term on human health. It was created within past 9 months, right? It was quite possible there will be a long term negative also for years and years. So I would like to, there are many possibilities in the future we can occur some other health issues also. Thank you.
I would like to counter that point that the arguments raised by people regarding the vaccines being not properly tested or trialed and tests being eluded in making of vaccine is baseless. Along with these being fully wrong, these misconceptions also steer people away from these life-saving vaccines that have been developed under proper guidelines. So please don't do that. Like, we have to get rid of this virus, right? So spreading news like this, that this will have a very long side effects and all, will trigger people and they'll be getting away from getting vaccinated.
I like to add something to this point. It's just that as China said, they don't like spread these type of news that there's bad health issues after being get vaccinated. So I'll just add to this that the opposition right now, the propaganda with the opposition has, I will not make it political basically, but recently Samajwadi Party head the Mr. Akhilesh Yadav some day before have just simply made a statement that it is not a corona vaccine, it is a BJP vaccine. Obviously the Samajwadi parties, I'm thinking it's making a political, but that things matters a lot. That can actually put some negative thoughts, negative mindset in the people, in the minds of the people, not to be vaccinated. So it's a point that opposition should also think about that. Many opposition leaders are also just, they are not only blaming the government, they are blaming the vaccines. They're not only blaming they are also blaming the production. So it's like something is also related to that. People always follow a political leader. So we have to stop that also.
Yes, like moreover, it creates a sense of disbeliefs in minds of general public towards the authorities, causing more chaos and unrest.
Yeah, you are audible completely. Basically, my point is it's not something related to a political benefit. It is something related to a humanity benefit. So I want to say, I just want to put this point that opposition should not take advantage of this at this particular pandemic time. It's not like the opposition are always meant for oppose. Obviously, if they are political, but if they are getting political benefit there, they can oppose. But my simple point is that the opposition to the vaccine made by Bharat Biotech or any other company, or opposition to opposing people not to get vaccinated about that. I'm just saying that is particular part is wrong.
Abhijit, Anurag, would you like to speak?
Can I speak against the talk?
Yes, you can. Please continue.
I don't regard something as failure when we have inoculated more than 20 crore people with the vaccine, and that is the highest number of people, like citizens who are inoculated with the vaccine in a country, more than even the US. Okay, I agree that it's a very small part of our very big population, but still we are on the right track regarding vaccination. Also, people here are complaining of the glitches in the COVID app and many other things. Now, what it's happening, it's just a substrata of a very large sample size. If 10 people are not able to book the vaccine slot, 90 of them are able to book. So let's look at the more positive side. Also, what I feel is that the Indian vaccination drive is a marathon and it's not a sprint. We cannot, going about vaccinating people more fast than this. We are doing the best we can. Thank you.
Abhijit, Divya, would you like to speak? Or anybody would like to counter the arguments?
I would like to counter what Anurag said.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Yes.
Yes, you are audible, Abhijit.
Good evening, everyone. I will be talking about for the motion. So, as we all know, the vaccination drive started on January 16 in India. But I would like to point out that the center, being a government who is governing a population of more than 135 crore people, should have created a policy which was more reliable. As we all know, the center was center was not able to make the policy in a very appropriate manner. Center made the policy in a very, what we can say, in a very harsh situation. They should have they should have made a proper committee in regarding the policy maker. They should have asked for suggestion from different states as what point should we add for making this policy
I think there's some network issue, Abhijit, on your side. Shreya, you may continue till then we'll take Abhijit's point.
Yeah, thank you. So I would just like to counter what Anurag said. So I believe in one of the articles it is given that at the current rate, India will take 10.8 years to vaccinate 70% of its population. So if you look into the CoWIN platform, the total number of doses which is administered to the people, dose 1 and both the doses, the rate at which the vaccination drive is taking place is extremely slow. And although it is a marathon and not a sprint, the government should make sure that it is taking place at a faster rate, because in addition to the COVID-19, there is increasing, cases of the black fungus. So that provides an impetus that more and more people need to be vaccinated to protect them from any future, variants of the coronavirus. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, I agree the rate is not as fast as it should be, but what I feel is that the government, both the central and the state governments, are putting their best and what they can do the vaccination drive to make it swift and quick.
Ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
Ma'am, actually, as we were talking earlier about the success rate in villages and all, there is a successful story from the remote village of Janefal in Aurangabad, Maharashtra. There, the authorities have managed to vaccinate 100% of the eligible population through constant health messaging, awareness campaigns, and confidence-building measures. When we look at the approach, they took a bottom-up approach, developing infrastructure at the ground level and mobilizing human resources like grassroots health workers and volunteers to disseminate proper and adequate information to those families who are generally hesitant to get vaccinated. Also in Meghalaya, there were 30,000 healthcare workers from both public and private hospitals to get vaccinated in the first slot. The state received 35,000 doses in the first vaccine consignment, and the state identified and trained over 1,400 vaccinators with support from the WHO India to carry out the vaccination across the state in a phased manner. The operation was a successful one conducted by the Northeastern Indira Gandhi Regional Institute of Health and Medical Sciences, the only medical college in the state which was selected for the inaugural launch. And that's all.
Okay, so anybody would like to add on to anything or would like to contradict the vaccination policy? Saksham, would you like to add something? So now, okay. Anybody would like to speak upon the point that Tanmay questions? So it is also a point that government have not signed any purchase orders or anything before the starting of the second wave. So anybody would like to speak on that second wave? Government has predicted second wave or taking measures for the third wave. So anybody would like to speak upon that?
Yes, Devesh, you can speak.
Okay, so I would like to speak on this that government had already predicted the third wave, but we need to do the measures in a very fast way because the vaccination process is not in that much speed that we need to get whole of the country vaccinated. So the cases that we would get in the third wave would be much more, as the government states. So what we need to do is basically there are a lot of medical practitioners who have came from foreign countries in India, who are basically Indian citizens but went to foreign for their MBBS or basic graduation degrees. So what government can do is basically they can give them currently they can give them orders so that they can practice for corona, for curing the disease for many people, because the number of doctors are not enough as of now that we need to counter the disease. As we saw in the second dose, many of the doctors, there are huge number of doctors, but those are not enough. They had to work for 16 to 18 hours of non-sleep, and they had to do the hard work. So what we need to do is basically increase the number of doctors and increase the supplies basically. So government should take the measures that they are doing already in a fast pace, so that either we are prevented from the third wave or we are ready for the third wave. So many measures need to be done, but at this pace, the vaccination is slow. The number of beds are increasing, but at a slow rate. We don't have the number of doctors that we would need to look after all those beds that we are making. Only making number of beds would not be enough. In fact, it would just lead to stress. It would lead to increasing stress of doctors and more of deaths, because they would not be able to focus on a particular group of patients or patients. They would have to focus on a large group of patients. This would make their focus, disturb their focus. So we need a fast pace and a proper measure so that we are ready. That is what I would like to say on that topic.
Yes, Abhinav.
Ma'am, I just want to add something to Devesh's points. It's like the question you asked, that whether the prediction of the second wave was done beforewards, or whether the prediction of the third wave is done yet or not. So basically, ma'am, obviously the prediction for the second wave is not done. The basic reason for that is the public gathering. The people are blaming the Kumbh Mela, people are blaming the Holi festival. Some are blaming the the farmer protest. So basically, I suggest, obviously the rate of vaccination should increase, but in addition to that, instead of blaming government or instead of blaming any type of institution, we as a public in future should prevent ourselves to go outside home or to do any such public gathering which can harm us only. So I want just to add, in future, I don't think so any public gathering from the government side also, it should not be allowed, and from our side also. We are being, because if there is life, there is everything. We have to think this before doing any type of activity in future. So it's obviously we are dependent on the government, but some dependency we should also take ourselves also. So we have to look for that also. The measures can be taken like this only. Any public gathering should be not done in future to prevent the third wave basically.
I would like to add on to Abhinav that what Devesh has said. I've heard that what Devesh has said, but we have to have a balance, right? What the whole point of discussing about these topics is that we have to get rid of this problem. That is the main important issue that we are discussing. So blaming upon government for everything and anything won't help. Like, we have to do something. Like, we have to make the change, but it should be by supporting the procedure that government is going through. I feel so.
Hello, Saina. Don't you think judicial interpretation, where judiciary is coming forward and reprimanding the center over the failure on vaccination drive, isn't it loopholes in the drive of vaccination that are going on?
Yes, there are problems that I am not saying that there is a accurate measure that is taken by government, but I am saying that like we have to support something, right? That what government is putting forward is for the uplifting of people. Like we have to get rid of this corona, right? We are literally going through a health emergency period, so we have to support what government is doing to help people, and completely blaming on government won't help in any ways. I feel so. That's why I added that.
Ananya, would you like to add on something to Sania's point, or anybody?
Should I add?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, I'm talking about blaming of the government. It is not about. We don't need to play the blame game. We just need to get rid of the virus. So what I basically want to say is that government should do something like that. That if there is a let's take an example of a marriage. If there is a marriage, we would call caterers, and caterers can't help. In these two lockdowns, a lot of people have lost mainly all of their savings, and they need to do something for their future so that they have something in hand so that they can support their livelihood, their families, and etc. So what they have to do is they have to go to work, be it offices, be it, I was taking the example of marriage, so let's talk about that. So the caterer would go there. They have to go there because they need money. So we need measures so that we can, the government should do something. People should do. I agree on that. People should do a lot of measures so that not only the government is pressurized on doing everything on their own. People should do. They should stay home. Who can stay home? They should stay home. Who have savings? Who can support their livelihoods? They can stay home. Then who can help? They should help. So what basically needs to be done is we need to look at the marginal society, the poor. They have to go to the work because they have every time they go to the work they earn one day meal. So they have to go. So government need a process or basically a policy so that they can support the marginalized section, and they also need policy regarding the hospitals also. So what in previous second wave happened was there was a lot of black marketing and the prices of injections, medicines increased exponentially. So there was a lot of death in the marginal society because they were not able to afford the medicines. If they afforded the hospital bill, they were not able to afford the medicines. So in turn, it lost their savings also and their family member also. So a proper method needs to be done. That is what I was talking about the vaccine also. Government, what they did was they allowed the private hospitals that they can set their own vaccination rate. So the people who do not want to go to the government hospital and want a vaccination from a private hospitals, they can't do that because the rates are too high. So a proper policy is needed so that the savings are maintained. A way is needed so that the vaccines are properly given to people. The hospital bills are not too high so that people can't pay them. The medicine rates are not too high. So a proper implementation is needed basically. Thank you.
Yes, I totally agree with Devesh's point. And anybody would like to add on something to it?
Hello. So
Yes.
I also have a question that how you will defend government rallies that could have been limited or avoided.
Can you please repeat the question?
It is for China basically. So how you will defend government rallies that could have been limited or avoided?
Saina, would you like to answer the question?
Hello, am I audible? Like, I'm having some network issues. Like, I can't turn on my video. Like, Ananya, can you repeat the question? Yeah. So, how you will defend the government levies that could have been either limited or avoided? Like, the whole point I was putting forward was that we can only go step by step, right? Like we can't take the whole problem on a fraction of second and change the whole thing. So I was like, government is taking, like, they are playing the role, but we have to analyze all the other political, demographic, and all the other situations that are prevailing in this country, economic, social, and every other situation that is prevailing in this country. So they are all burdens that, hurdles that the government is responsible to get over, right? So we we know this is a democratic country and everybody has their own opinion and we have the right to put forward our view. But I'm saying that totally blaming is not an answer for that. The whole point in this discussions and all is to resolve the problem, right? So that was the point that I was putting forward. Thank you.
Am I audible?
Yes, Shreya.
I would like to counter what Abhinav said earlier. So it's not right to blame the government, but I believe that since the government is in power, it's given the power, it is the responsibility of the government to prohibit public gatherings, make sure people are taking adequate measures like wearing masks, physical distancing, and rather than introducing new policies, like the government has decided to, introduce the new vaccination policy, which will start from June 21st, the government should correct the existing loopholes in the already existing policy. So that will make sure that the current, vaccination drive will work properly, and it will ensure, systematic optimization and wide access and coverage of the vaccines.
Should I answer it?
Yes, Abhinav.
So Shreya, basically, I'm not telling about the past, or I'm not talking about the present. The precaution or the thing which I've said, that instead blaming the government, the public should be aware. It's obviously for the third wave coming. It's just that only. Obviously, there are some loopholes in the vaccination process. There are some loopholes in the government. I accept that. I don't. As Shreya said that it's not the accuracy. The complete accuracy is not there. But it's just that to prevent the third wave, which sought to be coming in the future, to prevent that, we as a public, for our life, for our individual life, we should take some step to prevent that. I was just saying that.
So my friends believe that there are certain loopholes in the existing vaccination drive. So that itself sums up that the vaccination drive was indeed a failure.
Basically, I'm not saying it's a failure. It's just that a minute loophole can't decide anything to be a failure or to be a successful thing. It's just that a minute loophole I'm talking about, but you are taking my point to somewhere else only. I said this thing to justify some other thing, basically. That doesn't, you are getting me wrong actually at this point of time.
Anybody would like to add on something? So I think everyone is done presenting their views. So let's conclude our discussion. So anybody would like to conclude all the points we have inferred from the discussion, or would like to add on something?
Okay, so I would like to say that vaccination is not an easy task. So that everybody, it can be done on a large population. India has a second largest population, so there might be loopholes. But what the government needed was to be done was that it needed a proper policy before implementing the measures on the people. It needed proper awareness because people were not properly aware, and we had to agree that. Be it the caller tune cannot itself justify that people are getting aware from it. We all skip it. We have to agree that. So what we need to be done is there need to be proper interviews on the TV channels so that everybody is implemented. Yesterday I was doing a TV interview of public, and what most people were saying that vaccination lead to that. So that is why we are not getting vaccinated. So these things need to be eradicated from the minds of people. So everything and a policy is needed so that third wave is prevented and we are ready for it. That is what I was talking about. So thank you.
Can I add on? Hello, am I audible?
Yes, you can add on, Simon.
I just have to have some points. Like firstly, I would like to thank this platform for organizing such an informative discussion. To conclude, I would like to add on the things I have understood from this session for and against the topic. So I just have one or two points. That the very fundamental idea that I have got from this is that both sides are strong enough in this particular topic. But I felt like the story spreading around regarding the accuracy of data put out to public must be accurate. Moreover, it creates a sense of disbelief in the minds of the general public, authorities, causing more chaos and unrest. We know proper vaccination is the only way to get rid of this health emergency. So we need to give more information to people, and we have to stop stigmatizing this vaccination kind of thing. Thank you.
Is that all? Abhinav, do you want to say anything?
Basically, conclusively, I just want to say this thing that yes, I can just obviously for or against the topic. I've heard both the thing. It's just that I want to tell what I feel that we have to and we should prevent the third wave. So let's get vaccinated as soon as possible, and let's just public this thing. Just share this thing to many person as much as possible. In conclusive line, I can only say this. Let's get vaccinated. Let's keep it the prior motive of ours.
I agree with you, Abhinav. Very true. We should get vaccinated as early as possible.
Thank you, ma'am.
Anything else? Anyone would like to add? Nothing? Okay. So, Ruhani, can we conclude it now?
Yes, so we can conclude.
Thank you so much, guys. It was a very wonderful session having you all. Very interactive session, and we really liked the topic and everything. And if you have any queries, you can mail us. And meanwhile, we are ending the meeting here. Thank you for joining.
So much, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am.